Chariot parts, weapons of war, and horse and human remains would have long ago dissolved in the briny depths of the Yam Suf. We would not expect to find any vestige of the battlefield wreckage of Pharaoh's army after 3,400 years in the sea, unless there was a natural way that artifacts are preserved in a saltwater environment. Coral does not begin growing on sand or silt. They are living organisms that must have an object on which to attach and nutrients with which to grow. A unique feature of saltwater coral allows it to attach to a submerged artifact, derive nutrients from the decaying object, and grow in such a manner as to take on the shape of the artifact itself. In the absence of continuing nutrition, the coral dies and leaves a uniquely formed mineral deposit. Dr. Leonard Moller, a scientist with the Karolinska Institute in Stockholm, Sweden, which awards the Nobel Prize in the field of science, and an international team of research biologists led by Viveka Pantian, brought state-of-the-art scientific equipment to the Reed Sea crossing site in the spring of 2000. Moller and Pantian were skeptical at first, but became interested in the project after seeing evidence from a previous exploration of the site. What they found strewn across the bottom of the Reed Sea has shaken the religious and scientific community. Cameras mounted on remote-controlled submarines revealed coral-encrusted chariot parts, horse and human remains strewn like battlefield wreckage on the bottom of the Reed Sea. 90-degree angles rarely occur in nature, but here, on the underwater land bridge, a plethora of strange coral formations exhibit the features of chariot cabs, 1-meter diameter chariot wheels attached to broken axles, and hundreds of coral artifacts in which high levels of iron can still be detected by magnetometers. Scientific proof that this coral has attached itself to the metal artifacts that litter this underwater junkyard. Numerous circular artifacts evidencing a circumference of iron are randomly scattered over the underwater battleground. They measure approximately 1 meter in diameter, the very dimensions of the chariot wheels found in Tutankhamun's tomb. Some are resting on the seafloor near what appear to be solitary chariot cabs. Others are attached to broken axles, and some stand on a 1-meter circular coral base with an upright shaft the same width as an Egyptian chariot, and are crowned with another 1-meter diameter coral circle. Even a novice can readily see that these are not natural coral formations. After Israel returned the Sinai to Egypt in 1982, one 6-spoked chariot wheel was removed from the seafloor and taken to Cairo for examination. The director of the Egyptian Department of Antiquities, Nasif Mohammed Hassan, immediately identified the artifact as being a chariot wheel from the 18th dynasty, an identical match to the chariot wheels preserved in Tutankhamun's tomb. 18th dynasty chariot parts on the bottom of the Reed Sea fit perfectly with the inscriptions on the granite shrine of El Arish found in the 1860s. The inscriptions state that Pharaoh Tom vanished in a whirlpool at Pi Kirot in a battle against a god. Pi HaKirot is the very place that the Hebrew Scriptures report Pharaoh's demise. The book of Shemot, Exodus, records that Israel was building a treasure city for the Pharaoh called Pi Tom, city of Tom, at the time of the Exodus. Tom was the Pharaoh of the Exodus, not Ramses or Yul Brynner. The Yam Suf chariot parts and the El Arish inscriptions both contradict modern Egyptology, so further removal of artifacts from the crossing site for scientific analysis was immediately outlawed, and the 6-spoke chariot wheel was quickly buried in Egypt's antiquities archives. This gold-veneered, 4-spoke chariot wheel was photographed and buried in place with a marker buoy nearby. So as not to be lost to the Egyptians, it will remain submerged until the Sinai Peninsula is returned to Israel. The wood has completely decayed, but the metal hub is encrusted with coral. Because coral does not attach to gold or silver, this priceless specimen remains untarnished by time. Egyptian images consistently exhibit the pharaoh warring from his royal chariot equipped with gold 4-spoke chariot wheels. not even an aftermarket option on the standard war chariots of the day. Strong evidence that this is actually one of the two chariot wheels that Pharaoh Tom rode to his death. For many people, finding the genuine Reed Sea crossing site is bad news. Blissful ignorance has died, and you recognize that the Creator has revealed himself through his people and his prophets. But this is good news to those who truly believe in the God of Israel and obey his commandments. Here on the bottom of the Yam Suf rests the evidence that the Creator has acted on behalf of his people in the past, proof that you can count on his promise that in the last days he will perform a miracle that will make the parting of the Reed Sea pale by comparison. I'm Michael Rood, inviting you to join us again next time for A Rude Awakening. And I'll